How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and we're going to be talking about SOS and EBON. We're going to be taking a look at the price action, and we're going to be looking at some entry and some exit points just in case you're looking at getting into these plays. We're going to be looking forward to seeing also a lot of volatility inside the market, especially for the rest of this week, and also with Jerome Powell actually giving us an update in regards to what's going on with the interest rate, seeing it's going to have an effect, see what his thoughts, what his opinions are, and what they decide to do. But before we get into all that and dive into that even further, we're going to cover the technical analysis and then we'll talk afterwards. All right, so now we're taking a look at EBON. We're going to be taking a look at the price action today. So today we ended up being down 7.44% and also reaching lows, as you can see down here, of $9.72, in some cases $9.73, and we ended up getting to a high, as you can see, around $11.75. Or you know what, it's $11.78. So one of the things we want to take a look at, hey, we already know that this stock moves along with Bitcoin here. So one of the things that I want to see in regards to price action is how it was moving actually on the day. So you can see right here, we ended up having a gap up. We ended up meeting a resistance area here right at around $11.73. And what's interesting about this particular area, this was a resistance area that it needed to pass for the entire day, as you can see as we go all the way across. So right at this 11.80, we can even call it that, $11.80 is definitely a resistance area we need EBON to actually pass so we could start moving up. If we take a look now what the support areas are, they didn't really stay consistent throughout the pre-market, as you can see here. We could see from, let's say, about 4:55 a.m. at 11.40, so we have $11.40 as a support area going all the way until around 7. And then that ended up breaking and having a strong sell-off. And as you can see, when we opened up during regular trading hours, getting down to $9.72. But of course, we end up having a strong move to the upside. If you take a look even at the RSI, this was definitely in a buy category if you see it at 22.23, right? When we end up having that strong move from $9.72 all the way up to $11 and let's call that 78 cents, that was impressive. I would highly suggest anyone who's looking to get into EBON, I think I got a question like this on one of my YouTube videos. Like, I feel like the $9 range, if you see it get back there, it is a no-brainer. We're going to have a lot of volatility in the market, and I do believe when the stimulus comes into full circulation, I know many are going to be getting it tomorrow as well. I definitely do believe, whether it happens this week towards the end, over the weekend, or next week, Bitcoin's going to be running fairly heavy. So one of the things you want to look out for is making sure you're getting good entry points, and I feel like anywhere in that $9 range is fair for EBON, and if it pulls back even further, you already know what you need to do. But if we take a look now, the support level is very strong in this, I'm going to call this 980 area. So you see $9.85. It kind of tested it later on in the day around 250. But again, it seems like the high $9 area has some very strong support. As we can see, it bounced off these two particular areas twice. So taking a look at what the resistance area was, we want to go what the next one was, right? So we could take a look right here. We see $11.42. We see another resistance area here at $11.10 and call it that. And then as we go later on towards the day, and it made a bit of a run up towards the end, but ended up dumping, we had a resistance area here at $10.78. If we open it up and we take a look at what's going on in after hours, we see we have a support level here of around $10.50 with the resistance area being here right around this $10.70 area, $10.69, however you want to call it. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what happens tomorrow. Let's take a look quickly at the 3-month one-day chart. And look, this is how the pattern is actually looking like. So it's still actually fairly looking bullish right now for EBON. So one of the things we want to take notice of this pattern that we are seeing, we could definitely see EBON getting out of this pattern and actually surpassing $13.70 back to where we saw it in February on the 17th if Bitcoin begins to start running past that 60K range. But also do keep in mind that this is a stock at the end of the day. So if we have a lot of volatility inside the market and there's a lot of people who are selling, we may not be able to even see that move. But at the same time, we already know what the buy areas are. If you're really trying to take advantage of an opportunity, as you can see right here, just taking a look at the 21-day EMA, if you see it touch anywhere in that $7 range, you know that's a great place to consider adding. So whether you can add here at 9, also taking consideration adding here in the 8s, and then the last spot in regards to the strike price to take advantage of will definitely be in the 7s. We also see there's some support in these particular areas as well. I'll be definitely be keeping an eye on that to take advantage of it, because again, and I'm going to reiterate it, I'm one of those people that says, hey, Bitcoin will hit 100K, whether it happens at the end of this year, before the end of this year or the beginning of next year, it's going to happen. And these are one of the stocks that I definitely do believe is going to benefit from that, and it's going to have a lot of upside. All right, so we're going to be doing the technical analysis on SOS. So let's get into it right away. The first area that we want to look at was what the support levels were. All right, so we can see we ended up hitting a low of the day around $6.80, and of course it didn't stay there that long either. So we can see we have some support here right at $7. So when I see this immediately, even if we take a look at the RSI down here, this is a fair area to actually get into. The $6.80, $7 range, this is good. We got to take into consideration this is a stock that is heavily manipulated and there's a lot of short interest in it, just like EBON. So knowing that, we got to know that, hey, as far as price action is concerned, it's not going to be moving like a lot of other stocks like Riot, Mara, and so forth that are in the Bitcoin space. We also want to take a look at another support area. We can see here around $7.30, and it's doing a fairly job right now, even in after hours, even at $7.29, staying in that particular area. Taking a look at the next areas that we want to see are the resistance levels. So we can see right here inside the pre-market, we had a resistance level reaching a high of $8.20. Let's call it $8.19. Sorry about that. And we didn't stay there that long, as you can see by how skinny that candle actually is. So just seeing how these resistance areas just tend up getting lower and lower and lower kind of shows us, you know what, it's not looking good in regards to the downward movement. But if we take a look at regular trading hours, the resistance area was clear here at $7.88, and then getting lower, as you can see over here, to around $7.67, $7.60, getting down here to $7.45, and then getting down here and also showing around at $7.29. So right now we're actually seeing $7.26 because, you know, this is live going on right now. As long as there's a lot of manipulation in this stock and there's a lot of shorts that are in it, I would say anywhere in the $6 range, even the low 7s, these are great buying opportunities. Like I said, just for EBON, this stock will benefit when Bitcoin begins to run. I'm telling you guys that right now. I believe that Bitcoin is going to be hitting 100K by the end of this year, before the end of this year, or the beginning of next year. And these are one of these stocks that I could actually benefit from it. Let's take a look now quickly at the 3-month 1-day chart. And we have a high here, as you can see, at $15.88. So this kind of shows you, this was on February the 17th. Also hitting highs. That was the same that we saw on the chart for EBON as well, if you guys remember. I love this because since we know that this stock is heavily shorted and there's been a lot of bad press around it, it just shows us what is actually possible. Like, this is a stock that we could see end up doubling before the end of the year and even going further than that. So we can see right here that we have support levels here right on the 3-month 1-day chart around the $6.75 area. So anytime it makes contact on that 21-day EMA, that's a buying opportunity because it's continuing that trend. We can see, look at the trend right now. We see it got way above trend over there, and as it came down, it's still doing a fairly good job staying in that particular area, and that's what we want to look forward to. The next support area that we can see right here is around $6 as well. So if it ends up pulling back that far, then hey, you could consider actually putting in a position. Now, if we're seeing some moves to the upside, we also got to take into consideration this is a stock. So as long as we have volatility in the stock market overall in general, as far as the upside movement, it's not going to be as strong just because Bitcoin is running, but you will see some upward movement regardless of the fact. So I'd definitely like to see this move to $9. And once we pass this $9 area, as you can see, we have a little bit of a gap there. We can make a strong push to $10 very, very quickly. So definitely use these technical analysis videos to your advantage so you can see where you can get in some great entry points, which I've kind of covered with you guys in support areas. So if you want to work off this 21-day EMA line, by all means, you could do that because it's doing a fairly good job on that trend, okay? So for my final thoughts, both of these stocks still have a lot of room to run. And if you can get them at some really reasonable prices like we talked about in the technical analysis portion, then I'm letting you know right now you should be good to go. But that makes you want to put in the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. So as far as for EBON, again, looking out for it touching on that 21-day EMA line. What we covered inside the chart is very crucial and can really set you up for a great position. Do you have to get in when it touches that particular area? No, you don't. You can still benefit from the outside, but you got to know that there's risk involved with that. And the same thing goes for SOS as well. We know that it's heavily manipulated and it's being shorted heavily. So just know those risks when you go into these particular plays. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how things turn out. I think that's going to be super important in regards to what the sentiment is going to be in the market, not only tomorrow, but also for the rest of the week. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing things look bullish, especially since the stimulus checks will be coming in as well. All right, so I'll give you guys another update like I usually do, and we'll talk soon.